Good morning everybody, and today I'm going to do a special episode on how to make your own semi-automatic tree farm, which will help you in Magic Farm 2. Now I'm going to tell you what you need. I'm going to show you how to build it, but I'm not going to show you how to build the individual items. I might do that at a later date if people ask me, but I'm sure everybody can work out how to make these. They are really sort of start to middle game items. So let's see what we need. So I'm going to leave this on the screen for a while so you can see what we've got, and I'm going to go over each one. You're going to need a hopper, a furnace. I'm going to be using iron chests for this example, but you will actually require better barrels. The reason I'm not going to be using better barrels is because I can't remove them in creative mode. Once they're down, they're stuck. So for this example, I'm going to use an iron chest instead, but use the better barrels. You don't need the iron chests. You'll need a steam dynamo, you'll need a leadstone energy cell, you'll need a planter, a sludge boiler, a harvester, better barrels, an aqueous accumulator, a survivalist generator, which is an alternative to the steam dynamo, a lever, a tank, fluid ducts, item ducts, leadstone energy conduits, a silver upgrade, and a copper upgrade, some oak saplings, and some charcoal. So the way that I start building this in my Let's Play series is we first start off with building the oven, but in this demo I'm going to show you what should be first. First of all, you need an area that is going to be quite large, especially if you want to go up to the maximum amount of distance for planting, which is 10 blocks from your center point. Now your center point is going to be where you put your planter, okay, which is going to be here. So if you want to use the maximum upgrade, you're going to need 10 blocks that way, 10 blocks that way, 10 blocks that way, and 10 blocks that way. Okay, so we're going to go and get the planter and the upgrade, and obviously this wouldn't be up in the air, it would be on the ground. This is just to show you all the workings underneath. So as I said, we're going to get the the planter, the harvester, and the sludge boiler, and we're going to get the silver upgrade, we're going to get the copper upgrade, we're going to get the oak saplings. Okay, and that's what we're going to do for the first part. Okay, so if we go back up our stairs, now what you need to remember is if you put the planter level with your ground, it's not going to plant. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's just put another one under here, and what you need is for the planter to be one level below the level you are going to plant it in. Okay, and there's one thing I did forget that you will need, and that's a bucket of water. You only need one, you don't need any more than that. but you do need a bucket of water, and this bucket of water goes in there. Again, if you don't have that, if you want to plant any crops, it won't work because you haven't got your water supply. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our upgrade. Now I've got two different upgrades here. I have got the silver one and I've got the copper one. Now the reason I'm using two different ones is because I like it so my harvester has a bigger area than what my planter does. You can use the same type, the same amount, but I prefer it a little bit of different radius. So we're going to put the copper in. So this means that the tree farm will plant out a radius of 4. Okay, so we're going to put the oak saplings in. We're not going to bother using the filter because it's just going to be for wood. If you wish to use the filter in Magic Farm 2 especially, I've only found that vanilla items work properly. The food items don't always work. Now what this filter does is if you put an item in the red section, it will only plant oak in that red section. So you can have 4 or 5 different types of trees. You can have oak, jungle wood, beech, birch, any of the vanilla trees, and they're all working here. Okay, but we're not going to bother with that. I'm only going to show you a way to do one. If you want to do different types of trees but you're not fussed where they go, just throw them in. If you are worried about where they go, use the filter. Okay, so that's ready, and you'll see it's not planting because it needs power, and we haven't got power. Now what we've got to remember is where you put your next item, which will be the harvester, and you have to remember that your planter is going to be planting 4 items out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now your harvester is going to be able to harvest 6. So it's going to be, that's going to be the radius, and that's where you're going to plant it. Okay, well it would actually help if we put it on the right side, which was the step. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which will be here. Okay, now what you need to do is make sure that when you plant it down, you are facing the direction you want it to cut, because this hole is where it will eject everything. This face here is where it will cut everything, and it needs to be dead in line with your planter. Okay, no point putting it off to one side because it will then be lopsided. Okay, so you now need to consider the sludge boiler. When you do this, make sure you put it as far away as possible as you can. Again, keep it in line so you know where things are, and for this we are going to put it all the way over here. We're going to drop down. You can see where the is going to item's going to be, and we're going to put it somewhere here. Okay, the reason being you want it so far away is because when it works you get poisoned by it. Okay, but we're going to show you how to link it up so you can put like a red barrier around it and not get poisoned, and as long as you don't cross the barrier. So we'll go back up again. Well, actually we're going to get the power supplies now. So we don't need water, don't need any of those. We need to put the silver upgrade in the planter, in the harvester, sorry. And what we're going to need now is we're going to need our power supply. Now there's 2 ways that you can do this. You're going to need the leadstone energy cell, regardless of what way you go along. You're going to need that, because that's going to be your backup power. Now you can either use a steam dynamo, which is quite easy to make, or you can use a survivalist generator. Now the survivalist generator will need two bits of iron. I can't remember what's in the steam dynamo. But if you use the steam dynamo, you will need a tank, and you will need an aqueous accumulator. If you use the survivalist generator, you will just need the generator and the leadstone energy cell. I like this version, the steam dynamo, because later on you could add sprinklers to make your crops grow quicker, and with the survivalist generator you can't. So in this example I'm going to show you how to do the steam dynamo version and not the survivalist generator. Basically all you do with the survivalist generator is you hook it up to the leadstone energy cell, and it does exactly the same as what steam dynamo does, except you just don't use water. If people want me to show them how to set up the survivalist generator side of things, then just leave me a comment and I'll do another one with the steam dynamo in. So we also need to take the hopper, and we need to take the better barrels, and we're going to take the iron chest. You will need one iron chest or a wooden chest to start off with. It doesn't really matter, because once you start getting going, the chest is just there just to move stuff into it, and we will need the lever. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to set up the power supply, and it would help if I actually brought the items with me. I do apologise guys, this is my first actual tutorial. I did have them with me, so why weren't they there? Okay, because I'm in creative mode. Right, okay, so we'll put the iron chest there, lead. Hopefully we can fit all these in. Okay, so what we're going to go and do first is we are going to put our upgrade, and you'll notice it's a radius of 6. If I just show you the other upgrades that you can get. And basically what you can see is you can get a radius of 1, but I've looked at it, you can actually get a radius of -1, which I can't understand the point of that myself. And you can go from a radius 1, which is a lapis, all the way to a radius of 11 for emerald. Now if you want a really nice big tree farm, then fine, then go for that if you've got the emeralds to spare. But what I recommend is you use that for the harvester, and you use the platinum or the diamond for the planter. But again, it's up to you which type of upgrade you want to use. The easiest one I find to start off with is actually copper, because copper is quite easy to find, and you well, it's so spare. You don't need a lot of it. Yeah, or even silver. When you start mining, if you find silver, just increase it up to 6, because that's not used in a lot of building in Minecraft, or Feed the Beast for that matter. So what we're going to do is we are going to place down our leadstone engine. right next to the harvester. And then you're going to put your steam dynamo, and this is the important part here. Okay, you must press shift and click it so it looks like it's connected into the steam dynamo. If you haven't got that, use your spanner until it's feeding into the dynamo. Okay, and then we put a better barrel on top. Again, press shift and put a better barrel on top like that. Now what we're going to simulate the tank is we're going to put the tank over here. Let me just get it in the right way. Just put it over there, and we're going to imagine that is our lake or our river. Okay, now what you need to sorry, no, we won't do that, because you actually do need this. Is we're going to put let me see, where water here, so you need a tank there, and then we're going to go off and we're going to go full down here. Okay, because I want to show you the way of doing the tanks. And then we need an aqueous accumulator, which I've got with me. We need that here. Okay, and you need your buckets of water. Obviously if you've got a bucket of water, you will already have that installed. Now what you'll see is the aqueous accumulator will automatically start to make water. Now what it will do is we're going to get the necessary pipes to connect it, which will be the fluid duct. We don't need the tanks anymore, and we need the item ducts for a little bit later, and we need the energy ducts. Right, so basically what we're going to be doing now is you're going to place the what is it, the fluid duct. Again, you've got to press shift for this to work, and you just hook it up, and you can see already it's full of water. Yeah, and you can see that without any power, without any levers, it starts to fill up the tank. Now if you put another tank on top of it, let me just find one. We don't need that anymore. If you put another tank on top, it will fill the tank, but if you put your mouse over it, yeah, it will not double the amount. Okay, they act as two separate tanks, so if you destroy the bottom one, the first one stays and holds that. Okay, so they're stackable but separate, they don't go into one big tank. Okay, and obviously you can see from there it will fill into the bottom first, but you can make a tower of these if you have got a lot of obsidian and you haven't got a lot of items to make the fluid ducts, because this is actually more economical to make the tanks than what it is to actually make the fluid ducts. So we're going to leave that to fill up. Okay, but it's up to you if you want to use fluid ducts or if you want to use tanks. In my Let's Play series I've actually got a tower like this, and again it's because I just wanted it like that. And again, all you got to do is connect your fluid ducts. Now you can have it so the fluid ducts actually don't show, because you're wasting space there. So what we're going to do is underneath here is just put one like that. I'm just going to do that there. Now you need to make sure you go one down underneath the earth. Okay. Like so. So we'll take those off. So you can see that this is going to be under the earth. Now you'll notice it won't fill up there. Okay. Because what we haven't done here is this has now got no power, and we need power. So let me just get a dirt block, get rid of the tank, and let me just go and quickly put the dirt blocks back. Now the easiest thing to do to get power to these liquiducts is with a lever and a spanner. So I'll just get the spanner, if I can remember which one it is, or is it a wrench? No, it's not that one. It's again. Okay guys, I'm just going to pause it here so I can find the proper spanner. Hi everybody, welcome back. I found the item what you need. You need a crescent hammer. Now to make that, that is 3 iron bars and 1 tin bar. Again, you can just research that. It's just in a Y shape. It's not too difficult to make. So I'm also going to get a pneumatic server. So basically what you do is if you don't want to use pneumatic servers, basically you put the lever on, turn it on, okay, and you can still see it's not working. Okay, so what you do with the crescent hammer, you have it so it's going out. To me these are going out, and you can see that it's got redstone energy. You can see that the water's going up. Now if you turn it off, you can see that the redstone goes off. Okay, now the thing I like with levers is I can turn it on and off as and when I want. But if you don't want to do that, you can install, let me just get it from the chest, take the lever off, a pneumatic servo, and all you do is you right click on it, okay, and you'll see it has been installed. Now if we don't do that obviously, if we go to a blank, you need to have a blank square, so nothing in your hand. You can then see that you've got the filter and everything like that. Yeah, for the resources for this, you don't need the pneumatic servo. Okay, you only need a lever, because that's all it's going to do. It's going to pump water. It's not going to do anything else. But again, it's up to you. It's your choice. If you've got the resources, then and you want it to look nice, and put the pneumatic servo in. So you can now see that we've got the water coming up from however far away, or you can just directly link the steam dynamo from the Aqueous accumulator. You can do it directly. Okay, but the nice things with tanks and that, if you've got other dynamos that are powering other things and you need water, you can link it from the tanks. Okay, so we are going to now link your fluid ducts together. Now again, let me just get a lever. Okay, again you just put the lever down, turn it on, hit it with a hammer. Okay, and you can see, well, instantly the water's there. Okay, now it's not going to do anything at the moment. It's got nothing in there to burn. So when it's not working, you can see that it's dull. Okay, we've got energy in here, which I didn't want the energy one, so let me get rid of that. Okay, and let me get a red lead. So let me get an empty one, because otherwise it's not going to be any point showing you. Okay, so you can see that your energy is also, there's nothing in there at the moment. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some energy into our dynamo and lead container, or whatever it's called. So we're going to get the charcoal. Okay, and we've got the sludge boiler. Yeah, so basically you've got your barrel, you've got it all connected up. This is the start of it. Okay, and basically all you do is just shove it in there, and you'll see what it does. It will, the barrel will hold 64 stacks. You can increase that so it can hold a lot more. It's up to you if you want to upgrade it. The harvester, the hopper, sorry, will hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of 64. And as you can see, the RF dynamo is now lit. It's now working. Okay, and you can see that its internal power at the moment is not doing anything for some reason. It actually should be. Sorry, it's going straight into the leadstone engine energies. Now on the, when you first get it, it will look like that: max input 0, max output 0, and you'll think, well, why haven't I got no power to my harvesters and stuff like that when there's nothing going in? Now also your RF steam dynamo can hold 40,000 RF. Yeah, so what you must do is make sure when you hover your mouse over it that you've got your in and outputs on. Apologies for the rain. So what you do is your max output, set it to maximum, and your max input set to maximum. I've not known anything blow up yet for having the max output too high, but I've only used the low energy cells. Now we've got power going now. Okay, now this will stop automatically when it's at 40,000 RF, and when that is at 400 RF. Okay, so how do we get this to power, because it's not working? And basically what you have to do is you have to go into your RF control panel, your leadstone energy cell panel, sorry, click the configuration, and I believe if you have it facing towards you, it's this panel here, and you click it once. No, twice, sorry. So you click it twice. Okay, and the way to make sure that you've got anything going into your power is you can see its power there. So now that is going to harvest anything in that area of 6 radius, but it's still going to be no good because we haven't got power to our planter. So we're going to do that now, and what we do is we break a block underneath. You take your leadstone energy conduits, and we go down underneath. Obviously you can just dig a trench and you just bring down your energy power and link it directly up to your seed planter. Now again, if you look at it, this time it's automatically gone in, okay, and you can see it's automatically put it out. Sometimes if it doesn't do that, just check to make sure it's on underneath, and again, to do that you just check your power supply. When you connect it and it's got some power in, it will automatically turn it on, okay. So what we're going to do is we'll go back and have a look up the top, and you can see that the 64 items that we put in, it's come all the way this close, okay. So you can see that it's planted 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for some reason it's done 5, okay, and it should only be doing 4. So we actually, in this new 4.1, unless I'm mistaken, it adds an extra one, because the first one is one there. So I've actually put this one too close, but I'm going to leave it here. It's fine because it's got a radius of 6. Okay, so let me just get a dirt block and fill that hole in so I don't fall down. Okay, so you can see now that we've still got no continuous power. We've got to wait until the trees grow, it's dark, and that gives me time to set up the sludge boiler. Because what will happen is, we best put the chest down as well. What will happen is, when it cuts down the trees, you will actually get the sludge boiler in the sludge. Okay, we've set it to noon. Can we turn the rain off? Okay, it says rain turned off, but rain is still there. Okay, so the rain is turned off and we've got it in daytime. Wonderful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up the sludge boiler. Now again, there's two ways that you can do this. You can have the pipes come straight off here, or you can have it underground. I prefer it to come underground. Okay, and what you do is, again, you get a fluid duct, yeah, and you dig your trench. Now these won't mix, so don't worry about that. And again, we just take it straight over. Now I try to keep it level when I'm with the sludge boiler, so I know just how far I've got to go. If you've got a floor, then all you do is just dig down 2, and we're going to put the sludge boiler here. Okay, and that's all you do. You take it just lower, and then obviously you put it back over the top like so. So let's get rid of that sludge boiler, and we'll get this sludge boiler. Now it doesn't matter which way it faces, okay, because it will just fill up. Okay, now again, you can see the sludge in there straight away. Okay, now what you're going to need as well from here, and this is where it comes a little bit tricky, is you're going to need a chest. Is it a chest first? No, you're going to need um, sorry, I have done that slightly wrong. We'll get rid of these because you need it connected to the face, okay? Because what we need to do is you need to have a hopper, okay? And that hopper needs to connect that way, so you can have it up there and it will come down. What I might do in actual fact is just quickly pause it and put it how it should be properly done. Okay, welcome back everybody. This is how it actually should be connected, is run across the ceiling as far away as possibly you can, preferably 3 blocks outside of your tree harvesting distance, so you're not going to walk right into it. Connect straight like that. This is, remember, underground, or you can have it so it's slightly on the top, but I prefer it underground. And then you need a hopper, okay? I'll show you that later. But what we now need to do is we now need to power it, and basically all you do again is you just run power cable all the way along, and we then connect it directly to the power. But I'm not going to put the power supply connecting to it yet, because as soon as we do, we're going to start getting poisoned. So we're going to leave it for the moment, and we're going to go back upstairs and we're going to check to make sure everything is running. Okay, now we can see that we've got the saplings. We've got a sapling down there, so we're going to open the chest, and you can see that we've now got oak apples, oak saplings and oak wood. Okay, so you can see that we've got 3 items. Now what you now need to do is underneath the chest is you need to put a hopper, because what happens in Magic Farm 2, I don't know if it does it in the others, is that it will not accept oak wood if you put an item duct directly underneath the chest. It won't do it. I've tried it every way. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but I don't know. So if we go back downstairs and you put the item duct under the hopper, shift click it. Okay, now you need to make sure that the hopper goes into it, so it's pointing in, if you can see that there. Yeah, now this time, if you've got the resources, shove in a, what's it called, a mnemonic servo. If you haven't, back to the old way. Okay, and just get a lever. But what you've got to be careful is if you put the lever here and turn it on, when that is red, that lever is going to turn that hopper off. Okay, so you can't have it there. What you need to do is you need to put a block, any kind of block, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then put your lever on, because that then does not interact with the hopper because it's 1 block away. So now this is the fun part. We get our barrels. Okay, so we get our better barrels, and we get our pipes. and we say, right, where do we want our items to come? And we're going to do it directly underneath, so we're going to be there. Hopefully I've got it in the right place. Okay, and what this will do, because we've got 3 different items, let me just make sure that is working. There you go, you see you've got the wood coming in directly. Okay, now it's only going to do one, it's not going to put them in. You need to connect them all together like that. Okay, alright, and you just give it a little bit of time, and there you go, you've got your 3 items now working. That is actually your tree farm going. And for you to replant it, all you need to do is to left click on this, take it out, yeah, and make sure, let me get oak, you always have 1 sapling in there, because if you don't have 1 sapling in there, it will either put the oak or the apple in there. Okay, so what we do now is we're going to go back up, yeah, avoid the holes, and we're going to check the planter. You can see that we haven't got anything, but we got 55 saplings, so you put the saplings in. It will plant the saplings out more, so your field will become more and more bigger, okay, until it reaches the maximum size. Now we're going to go onto the sludge part now, okay, and we're going to go downstairs. Now what I do recommend, guys, is before you put the power on this, yeah, is put on your item duct, shift and left click it, okay, and just put, I think you're going to need 10 altogether, and you can put those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The reason you're going to need 10 is because there's 10 different items. You can see they're all connected. What you need to do again is make sure that is like that, okay. I do suggest again you put a servo in here, okay, alright. Again, if you don't want to put a servo in, right, leave it as it is, don't change anything. You don't need to change anything. I actually just prefer the levers. It just makes it so much more simpler, and again all you need is a block that is just 1 below it, so it's not touching the hopper. Don't need that, don't need that. And so it's just on, okay. Now we are going to connect the power supply. Now what will happen is you'll get the power, and you can see straight away, look, I'm getting green stuff coming off me, so you'll get hunger and poison, okay. So this pipe here, right, you need to keep this pipe at least quite a ways away, so spend time doing this. You can see it's going to fill up with dirt, all nice goodies, and you need all these for thermocraft, okay, and just leave it to go. don't worry about it. Just leave it, because you're never going to go near here if you've got these set at the right distance. You might want to bring these out. I think it's about 5 blocks away. Okay, so that is it. That is semi-automatic. Now you're going to want to be burning coal. Yeah, you're going to be wanting to burn your wood. So the next thing that we're going to show you is how to automate this. Now this is actually quite nice, but it's a little bit, I wouldn't say tricky, just a little bit fiddly, because again what you've got to do is you've got to get a hopper, okay, because it's oak, and it's, if you use any other type of tree, I've not known it because be a problem. Okay, now you need it facing in the direction you're going to take the ovens. So again, we're just going to dig a few bits out. This again, you only need one. Is it one below? It's one. It's like that. Yeah, don't need that. Okay, and what you're going to need is some furnaces. Okay, and depending how big or how quick you want to fill your barrels, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to do 5. Normally I do 10, but then I've got a bigger setup. And what you do is you just put your item ducts here. Okay. Now I don't normally worry about this, because what I normally do is with the hammer I just wait until that fills up a bit, okay, because we're filling it up the hopper, but you've got to make sure that your hopper, yeah, you have a way of turning it off. So this time you do need a lever, because you need to turn it off so it stacks up, okay, alright, because otherwise you can see it's just going to go and feed. Now what you need to do with this one again is you need to put a lever 1 block away, sorry, wrong place, so it needs to go underneath there so it turns on, and you can turn it off if need be, but you turn the lever one on and off, so you can always leave that one off, but it won't feed because the hopper is off, okay, so you can cover that one up, alright, but if you want access to it, just leave 1 block like that. Now you can see that if you look inside the hopper, it's got nothing in there at the moment, but the trees are filling up, because what it's done is put it all in the top, yeah. Now what you need to do is set this pipe here, needs to be set to round robin, and what that does is make sure that all the top of these gets an equal amount of share when these are on. See, you can see it's filling up, yeah, okay, so you just wait for that at the moment, and then what you got to do is at this one you're going to need a barrel, get rid of that, okay, so you put a barrel here, you get rid of all the bottom bits here, and again Now this time you don't need a hopper, okay, because you are doing charcoal, and charcoal goes through. We'll get rid of that, okay, get rid of that one so it doesn't touch. So we'll just click on that, so we see that we got wood there. And what this barrel does, what you do in this barrel, because when you first start off you're not going to have no spare charcoal, you take your first furnace and split it, take your second furnace if you've got it and split it, and we got saplings in that one. Okay, so you're going to start getting a little bit of charcoal come through here, and what you do is, again, with your crescent hammer, and hopefully this will work for me first time, yeah, you set it so it comes out, and you set it so it's round robin. Again, one lever underneath, turn it on, and what you do is you put your charcoal. Now it'll always go in the furthest one, I believe, or the one that hasn't got fuel in, or it should have done. There you go, it goes in the first one. So when you've got your coal done, we're just going to get a load of charcoal to show you, because there's no point you sitting here watching me do all of this and for hours on end, because it does take a while to get going. So we're going to just shove a load in there, okay. Oops, that should have been 64. That should have been 64. Don't need that. Glass blocks. So you can cover all that up, yeah, so it looks nice. And what you'll see is it will put 64 in all of them, okay, but we got wood in this one. So if we take this wood out now and put the wood back up there, okay, what you'll see is this will fill these up, yeah, with the charcoal. So when you put charcoal in there, it will always go. So what you now do is, because you've got a few stacks, you turn it on. That will then go through here, and you'll see that these will get filled first, okay, because it's going to be doing 64, and then when these get some, it will automatically come on, okay. As you can see, it will only do one item at a time, again because it's oak wood. Oak wood doesn't like going through the item ducts. You have to use a hopper, there's just no other way. And as you can see, look, they're all now burning. Now when it's finished, I've not found a way how to automate this yet. When it's finished, you take these out, yeah, and just feed them back in there. But what you've got to do, just what you're doing to get it semi-automated, is you take your, oh that's lovely, you take your automated bits and you shove your coal in there, and that coal will keep this going. This is the main important bit. This is why you use a buffer, yeah, alright, because that will give you time to get some charcoal into this engine. And that basically is it, guys. So all you've got to do now to keep this going all the time, yeah, we have a quick look over here. Look, you see you get ash, you get all sorts of nice stuff. I'm not sure if there's anything else that is in there. Yeah, we've got a load more, so we need some more barrels. And basically what you can do with that is, if your barrels are, by the way, full, it won't carry on. It won't do any more items. Now you can see that it's working because you've got poisoned again. Okay, so you get all sorts of nice stuff. So it is worth doing the sludge boiler. But for you to actually do the well, excuse me, the continuous burn, yeah, right, just turn it on and off when you want, because you don't want that, yeah, because you want wood. Okay, so it's always wise to try and leave that for how many ovens you've got. If you've only got one, that's fine, you can add one as you go along. But you've got food. This is food. You've got saplings, you've got wood. So all you've got to do is, when you're hungry, just hit the barrel, take them out. When the power supply is low, all you do is you take out the charcoal, put the charcoal, one charcoal in there, it will run it, and you run and put some charcoal upstairs, and eventually you'll get to the point where the hopper is full and the barrel is starting to get a lot more. And that's it, guys. That is your automated farm, and all you have to do is put the charcoal in here and go and put the saplings for the oak trees in there. Now if you're lucky enough to get don't worry if they fall out here, by the way, because this harvester will pick them up. If you're fortunate enough to get cherry tree or jungle tree, your wood production and tree production is going to go humongous, because this will harvest a full grown jungle tree which goes up 20-25 blocks. There's no problem with that. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope I've shown you the correct way of doing it and everything like that. Any questions, any comments, do leave them. Leave a hate, leave a like, and if there's anything else that you want me to go over on this, then do let me know, and I'll try and do a smaller little episode and try and explain it a bit better. This is my first time of doing a tutorial and not a let's play, so have fun, stay safe, and this is HMK signing off. Thank you very much for watching. Hi everybody, sorry I did forget to show you what you would actually get from the sludge boiler, so I'm quickly going to show you. You'll get dirt, sand, hardened sand, mud, clay, salt, gravel, ash, hardened sand, mycelium, which is for growing big mushrooms outside, peat, soul sand, dried dirt, tainted soil, and you will sometimes get the red soil, which is heat. I'm not sure if we've got any. We've got some more here. We've got another one. I do so hate it when I do that. I believe that was netherrack. So you do get quite a lot of items. Yeah, netherrack. I think altogether you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. About 17 items. Okay, so it is, like I said, worth doing the sludge boiler. Okay, that is it for me now. That's the tree farm. That's the automated tree farm. It's not fully automated, it's semi-automated, but this is how I do it in the Let's Play series. Hope you enjoyed it. Have fun, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much.